Have you ever wondered why your legs don't feel as strong as they used to, even though you're eating fruit every single day? Why climbing stairs suddenly feels heavier? Why getting up from a chair takes more effort? Or why your balance feels just a little less steady than before? And what if the real reason isn't age at all, but something sitting quietly in your fruit bowl right now? Something you've been told your whole life is healthy? Something you may be eating every morning without a second thought? Look at the title and thumbnail for a moment. Stop eating these 7 worst fruits, they destroy leg strength, and 99% don't know, because that's not clickbait fear. That's a warning most people never hear, and once you understand how certain everyday fruits can silently weaken muscles, drain strength from your legs, and make you feel older than you should, you'll never look at pineapple, bananas, grapes, or even apples the same way again. And the most unsettling part is this: the damage doesn't feel dramatic or sudden, it creeps in slowly, one healthy bite at a time, until one day you realize your legs just aren't supporting you the way they used to. Before blaming age, genetics, or just getting older, it's important to understand why leg strength fades faster than most people expect. Because muscles don't weaken overnight, they slowly lose power when blood sugar spikes too often. Inflammation stays quietly high, and key minerals that help muscles contract and relax get thrown out of balance. And this is where many well-meaning food choices quietly work against you. Every time certain foods cause rapid sugar swings, your muscles become less efficient. Circulation to the legs suffers, and recovery slows down, which is why your legs may feel heavy, shaky, or tired even after simple activities. And here's the uncomfortable question most people never ask. What if the problem isn't how much you move, but what you eat thinking it's helping you? Because when diet keeps pushing your body into stress mode, leg strength doesn't just fade, it slips away faster than it should, long before you're ready to accept it. Now, here's where things get surprising. Because the issue isn't fruit itself, it's how certain fruits behave inside the body once you eat them, especially when they're high in fast-absorbing sugars, low in the minerals muscles depend on, or able to quietly increase inflammation without you feeling it right away. And when that happens, your body pulls nutrients away from muscle repair. Circulation to the legs becomes less efficient, and strength slowly drains, even though you think you're doing the right thing. This is why some people feel weaker, heavier, or less steady shortly after fruit-heavy meals. And the most dangerous part is that no pain shows up to warn you. No alarm goes off. Just a gradual loss of power that feels like aging. Which raises an important question. What if the fruits you trust most are actually the ones quietly working against your leg strength? Starting with a fruit almost everyone believes is harmless. Let's start with pineapple, because this one shocks people the most, since it's often praised as refreshing and anti-inflammatory. Yet few realize how easily it can work against leg strength when eaten frequently or on an empty stomach. Because pineapple delivers a fast surge of natural sugar that can spike blood sugar quickly, and when that happens, your muscles, especially the large ones in your legs, struggle to use energy efficiently, leaving them feeling weak, shaky, or drained rather than strong. Add to that pineapple's acidity, which can interfere with mineral balance if overdone, and suddenly a fruit that seems light and healthy may quietly contribute to muscle fatigue, slower recovery, and that heavy leg feeling later in the day. And here's the unsettling thought: if one fruit that healthy can do this beneath the surface, what happens when you stack it with the others people eat every single day without question? Now let's talk about bananas, because this is where most people feel confused. Since bananas are almost always recommended for energy and muscle health, yet what rarely gets mentioned is how quickly a banana can flood the body with sugar, especially when eaten alone, causing a sharp rise and then a drop that leaves leg muscles feeling weak, heavy, or unsteady rather than energized. Many people notice this as sudden fatigue in the thighs, a loss of endurance while walking, or even nighttime leg discomfort, and they never connect it to the fruit they trusted most. Because when blood sugar swings happen too often, muscles don't get steady fuel, circulation suffers, and the legs are usually the first to show it, which leads to an uncomfortable question worth asking. If a fruit famous for strength can quietly drain stamina instead, what might the next one be doing behind the scenes? Next come grapes, and this is where the danger hides in plain sight. Because grapes are small, easy to snack on, and feel harmless, yet they deliver a surprisingly concentrated dose of fast sugar that enters the bloodstream almost immediately. And when that sugar rush hits, your body shifts focus away from muscle stability and toward damage control, which can reduce steady blood flow to the legs and make muscles tire faster than they should. Many people notice this as legs feeling unusually weak after snacking, reduced endurance while standing or walking, or a subtle sense that their legs give up sooner than expected. And the most unsettling part is how easy it is to overeat grapes without realizing it, turning a handful into a silent stressor on leg strength, which naturally leads to a worrying thought if something so small can have that kind of impact. What about the fruits people eat in much larger portions every day? Now let's look at watermelon, because this one feels especially misleading, since it's often praised for hydration and lightness. Yet what many people don't realize is that watermelon is mostly fast-absorbing sugar with very little fiber or minerals to slow it down, meaning it can flush through the body quickly, spike blood sugar, and leave leg muscles feeling oddly drained afterward. Instead of supporting strength, this rapid surge and drop can create that washed out, weak leg sensation where standing feels less stable and walking feels heavier than it should. And some people even notice their legs feeling tired despite eating something that seemed refreshing and harmless. Which leads to a surprising but important question: if a fruit known for hydration can actually leave your legs feeling emptier and weaker, what might the next commonly trusted fruit be doing beneath the surface? Now let's move to oranges, because this is where the healthy habit illusion gets even stronger. Since oranges are widely associated with immunity and vitality, yet their natural acids combined with a quick sugar release can irritate the system when eaten frequently or at the wrong time, subtly increasing inflammation and interfering with how muscles absorb and use minerals. Over time, this can affect the legs first, showing up as stiffness around the knees, heaviness in the calves, or legs that don't feel as responsive or strong as they should, especially after activity. And because oranges feel clean and energizing at first, the connection is rarely made, which leads to a critical question worth pausing on. If a fruit trusted for strength and health can quietly strain leg muscles this way, how many people are weakening their legs without ever realizing why? Now let's talk about green apples, because this fruit wears a powerful health halo, often chosen specifically because it's seen as lighter and safer. Yet green apples are more acidic than people realize and can be surprisingly hard on digestion when eaten often or alone. And when digestion struggles, muscle nourishment suffers, especially in the legs where large muscles depend on efficient nutrient delivery. This can show up as dull leg fatigue, reduced strength when standing or walking, or that subtle feeling that your legs don't respond the way they used to, even though you're eating what you believe is a smart choice. And here's the unsettling thought: of a fruit selected for being better can quietly interfere with leg strength. What does that say about the final fruit on this list that many people enjoy the most? Finally, let's talk about mango, because this is where the risk becomes hardest to ignore. Since mango feels indulgent, energizing, and nourishing, yet it delivers one of the highest natural sugar loads of any common fruit, and that heavy sugar hit can overwhelm the muscle's ability to use energy steadily, especially in the legs where endurance matters most. Many people notice an initial boost followed by heaviness, weakness, or legs that tire far too quickly, because repeated sugar surges increase inflammation and pull minerals away from muscle repair, quietly accelerating strength loss over time. And this is what makes mango especially dangerous. It feels like fuel while it's actually draining stability beneath the surface, which leads to a sobering question worth asking yourself: if the sweetest, most satisfying fruit on your plate is also the one most likely to weaken your legs, how many people are unknowingly doing damage while thinking they're doing something good? Now here's the part most people find reassuring, because this isn't about fear or giving up fruit forever, and it certainly isn't about blaming yourself for past choices. It's about understanding control, timing, and moderation, because when these fruits are eaten the right way, in the right portions, and at the right times, their negative effects on leg strength can often be reduced or avoided. The real danger was never the fruit itself, but not knowing how it affects your body as you get older. And once you understand that leg strength depends on stable blood sugar, low inflammation, and proper mineral balance, you're no longer powerless or guessing. You're making informed decisions, and that shift from confusion to awareness is what allows many people to protect their legs, feel steadier, and regain confidence instead of quietly accepting weakness as normal. Before you click away, here's something important to think about, because if certain fruits can quietly weaken leg strength when eaten the wrong way, that also means there are smarter choices and simple adjustments that can help your legs feel steadier, stronger, and more reliable again. And the difference often comes down to knowing what to pair, when to eat, and what your legs actually need to stay supported. Many people never learn this and slowly accept weakness as inevitable. But once you understand how small food decisions shape balance, endurance, and confidence, you start seeing leg strength not as something you lose, but something you protect. Which leaves one final question worth holding on to: are your daily habits quietly taking strength away from your legs? Or are they helping you stay firm, steady, and independent longer than you expected?